like months. When gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you go where you want. At this time.
Hi everyone, say goodbye to your days of struggling to install your frontal. But before then guys, YouTube sent me this beautiful gift and this card came with the gift. Let me read what it says.
Hello, congratulations on successfully completing YouTube Champs. Thank you for your commitment to supporting community initiative. Please enjoy this well-earned reward. We look forward to continuing to build this community and seeing you in our next initiative.
Items you need as a beginner: a mini straightening iron, your glue, your wax stick. You're also going to need some clips, your butterfly clips. You need 2 of them, a rat tail comb or a tail comb, a scissors. Then you're going to need your nude stocking cap. Then you're going to need a hot comb. Yes, you must invest in a hot comb. You're going to need your blow dryer, very important, your hair serum or oil, your headband, and then your spray, your glue spray. This is the wig we are working with. This is a Yaki straight wig from Dinah Anorh Beauty Hair on Instagram and on TikTok. If your hair doesn't come pre-plucked, use a tweezer like this to tweeze. Wet the hairline and then tweeze with your tweezer backwards. You can also use your hot comb on it. Use your wax stick, or when the wig is on your head you can tweeze. Then you need a foundation that matches your exact skin color. I would advise that you get a foundation that is 1 shade darker than you or your exact shade, but I always prefer a shade darker. Use the foundation to tint the lace, the inside of the lace, turn it inside out. This is how it should look like. Then spray it with your got2b glue spray or any spray glue that you have. This will make sure that it doesn't smudge or move anywhere or stain, it just stays. Finally, for the wig prep, we are going to use our wax stick to lay the hair backwards so that every hair will be in the same direction, facing backwards, so that when you are installing you don't have the hair flying all over. Then with your hot comb on number 2, medium setting, because this is a human hair blend, we don't want to use the highest heat so we don't burn it. Use your hot comb to press the hair backwards. All the hairs in the front, use it to press it backward. Don't comb it, press the hot comb on it like I'm doing. And you also want to be detangling your hair, because especially if you're using like synthetic, but this is not purely synthetic, this is a human hair blend. So as you are using the hot comb, remember to also detangle. I love to use a paddle brush to detangle this hair because of the texture of the hair. Yes, so make sure you detangle the hair. As a beginner, please always go for pre-plucked units. Always use pre-plucked units. So this is how it should look like by the time that you are done. Pre-plucked help you not to just stress too much. Okay, now with your nude stocking cap, place it on your head, rub your foundation on it. You can decide to do this now or after this step I'm about to show you. Make sure your edges, you use your edge glue and then cut off the ear tab. You pinch and cut. Make sure your edges, like I was saying, use edge control to slick your edges back. For me, nothing works on my hair, that's why I didn't do that. Cut the middle of the cap. This helps to avoid any stretching of the cap, it just makes it easier. Then use it was so cold this Hamatan. Use your got2b glue spray or any spray you have, spray it on the cap and then tie it down. Once it's tied down properly, make sure it's very tight, then use your blow dryer on medium heat to blow dry so that this process is faster. If you have your hand fan, you can use that as well. Now that it's dry, I'm just going to cut off the excess in the front. I'm using my small scissors to do this. This scissors wasn't so sharp, so I think I later switched to the always have a spare scissors in case. So I'm just going to gently cut it. Be very careful with this so that you do not cut your skin, and cut it as close to your hairline as possible. Please try not to cut yourself, because I've cut myself before. That's why I'm saying this. If there's any lifting, don't worry about it. Once you've cut off the excess, go back in with your spray again. Just spray that area that is lifting. You can spray your hands and then just tap it on that area, but I decided to spray directly. The problem with spraying directly sometimes is that you can end up making everything just loosen again. So the excess at the back, just tie it at the back to secure it out of place. Then spray some glue on your hand with your rat tail comb. Use it to press down any lifting if the cap is lifting. So once you are done with this step, then go back in with your foundation again, and then voila, you are done with your bald cap. So as you are applying the glue, make sure you press down with the tail of the comb. Always press down so that it will lay very flat. You can go in again with your blow dryer if you want. Then, like I mentioned, just use your foundation again to blend that. And look at how bald I'm looking. This is not the best bald cap method out there, but at least I hope you understand the explanation. Go in with your alcohol. For me, I use micellar water because I didn't have rubbing alcohol. You can use spirit if you have that as well to clean any excess glue off your forehead. Now it's time to apply our lace bond glue. I'm using this one that is called Bold Hold. So I'm just going to put this is my first application. Just make some dots. Ooh, this was too much, but not to worry. Just make some dots around your hairline close to the cap, and then use your rat tail comb to spread it evenly from ear to ear. Don't worry, in case you make a mess, you can always go in and clean it with your rubbing alcohol or your micellar water. This particular glue, I love it because of how easily it dries down. Once this color has changed, it means that it's ready, it's dried, it's getting dried already. So I'm going in for the second time. If you want this to last even longer, you can do this 3 or 4 times, but I decided to only do this twice. So after putting the glue on, and then I'll use my rat tail comb to spread it. Okay. Once it has changed color and it is slightly transparent, then it means that it's time for me to put on my wig. Because if you wait for this one to completely become clear, some of them you have to wait till they become clear, but this one, if it becomes completely clear, it no longer glues down. Make sure you clean your rat tail comb. For me, before you do this process, you're supposed to cut the ear to ear tab of your wig, but for me, my wig fits from ear to ear, so I did not need to do that process. But please take note of that. Don't do this if you know that your wig doesn't fit from ear to ear. Cut off the excess. So I just place it on the glue. You see that the glue wasn't completely dry, but once it had turned to blue, it means that it's ready. I didn't have to wait for it to turn clear as most glue. Sometimes you don't need to follow every protocol you see online. Just do what works for you, especially depending on the products you are using and the nature of the wig you are working with. So press, I pull from ear to ear, pull to make sure it's very flat, and then I press this down. Some people like to cut their lace into 3 or 4 parts and then glue it down gradually. For me, I find that whenever I do that method, at the middle I always have some creasing. So to avoid that, for me, this method works better. So just keep pressing down. I also went in with my blow dryer on medium heat to just fasten the drying process. Press. Now I'm going to use my butterfly comb to push the hairs away from my face so that I can cut the ear tab. I didn't have any excess hair, it was just the lace alone, so I cut off the lace from ear to ear. Please be careful whenever you are using scissors not to cut yourself, okay, because I've done all that before when I first started installing my wig. So continue to press down. Once the glue is dry and clear, you make sure it is completely clear, you're not seeing any white residue of glue. Then you can now cut into 3 or 4 parts and then tie it down. For this first method of tying down, we are going to be tying it down twice with our band. So this is the first one, and I'm going to put on the second band and also tie it down. Make sure that it is very tight. This is very important, very tight. I'm tying down the edges. Tie it down very tight, then go in with your blow dryer on medium heat. Do this, you can make your call, you can sing, you can dance like you can see me doing, and make sure that you tie this down for good 20 minutes. If you have time, you can let it stay longer, but 20 minutes is okay. Just keep yourself busy, dance, listen to music, watch a movie, eat, or do whatever, and then also use your blow dryer to fasten this process. So once it is dry, you can now, oh god, look at this melt now. Look at this melt, no creasing, nothing. So you can loosen up your band and it's time to cut off the excess lace. You can get a smaller scissors for this. I don't know why this one was messing up, so I had to change to the big scissors, but I'll put the picture of the perfect scissors to use to cut this. And you can notice that I'm cutting this in a zigzag motion. I'm not just going straight zoop. I'm cutting it in a zigzag motion. That's what you want to do to give you a more natural hairline. The thing is, just do what works for you. If you notice that some of my processes here are not the regular processes that you see most professionals doing, this is what works for me, especially with the glue parts. That one that they always say, wait till it's clear. If you wait till it's clear, the glue will dry up. It's not going to glue the hair. So just know the products you are using. I have another another glue here, that one, yes, once you have to wait for it to be clear, it becomes very tacky, and then you can go ahead and press your lace on it. But this one doesn't work like that. Don't worry in case you experience any lifting. I was having lifting on one side of my ear. That will be fixed very soon. So now spray some glue on your palm or your hand. You don't want to go directly with the glue just yet. And then you see those lifting, the edges that are lifting, just use your rat tail comb to press them down with the glue, and that is it. That's all you need to do. I didn't really have much lifting to just that ear pad, but I decided to go around the whole perimeter of my edges. Even though the lace was properly secured, I just decided to do one spray of the got to be glued around the lace. If you know your hair is lifting very well, don't do this first. Make sure you tie it down first, let it dry before you spray, because if any time you've glued your hair down and it didn't glue properly, if you go ahead and spray it, you're just going to mess it up. If you want edges, this is the best time to do your edges. You cut your edges from your brow, the what do you call this part of the eyebrow? I'm going to write it down. That's where you take your edges from. Then use your hot comb to hot comb it forward, and then tie it down to dry again. So once it's dry, you can cut it off and style your edges the way you want. But for this, I'm not doing any edges. I don't feel like doing any baby hairs or yeah. So I'm tying it down for the final time. So just let it stay down for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. This is my sprit spray. I'm going to go in with my sprit spray to further blend the lace to my skin. The lace on this wig is fair, it's a good lace. It didn't give me much trouble. So actually blending it and having it melt was quite easy. So you see what the sprit spray does. It makes it blend very well to my skin. And finally, I'll go in with some foundation again to further blend this with my skin. And guys, I'm going to take off the butterfly clip, and it is time to style your wig. So whatever type of, if it's a coily wig, you now go in, spray your water, like deep wave or kinky coily, just spray your water, use your brush to define the coils and style as you want. You see these bands at the back, tie them together at the back, secure it at the back so that the wig is tight, and then start to detangle your hair. Like I was saying, if it was a coily wig, it's time to start defining your curls and styling. So basically, this is how the wig looks like. I was like, okay, let me see how it would look like if I want to do a middle part. If you have this hairstyle, like, okay, let's try a middle part and see. To define your part, after you have gotten the right pattern you want, just go in with your foundation on the part. It gives a very crisp and smooth defined part. So this is how it looks like if you was to do like a middle center part. So let's try a side part and see how the side part would also look, if it will eat or not. Detangle. That's the thing with if you want to do like baby hairs, this would be so nice, like a side swoop. So this is how it looks like if it was to be like a side part. Another style that you can like do with this is just like a side, should I call this like a side swoop or what? Just comb it to the side. This is the one I prefer. I love this. It looks more natural, it looks more young, vibrant. So you can do this style if you like. Another thing, you can do like a half up, half down, you know, just play around with the hair. This is the time where you get creative. I hope you find this video helpful. See you in my next video. If you still have any questions concerning installing your hair as a beginner, leave them down in the comment section, and bye.